parts of the show.
What? He broke the transsexual?
Yes.
Did he say, hey now? Yeah.
It was weird because he won all these awards for playing a trans person, and when we get up there, it was almost as if he were trans. You know, he was speaking.
He had to accept the award on the behalf of all trans people.
I know, you can see that.
Represented them.
He seemed to be very in tune with the trans community. I can't believe he broke the wall.
Black Crowes, particularly when they were on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno and also on the Conan O'Brien Show. Those performances, you realize how great Chris Robinson is, the guy from the Black Crowes, because he's doing Robert Plant's music right next to Jimmy Page, and he's singing it, but he sings it in his own style, and he has his own little dance moves, which I'm kind of envious of. Like, he dances around on stage and he pulls it off. You ever see me dance? Like, I go, man, he has this little move where he doesn't look stupid dancing around, and it gets you charged up. Jagger's good at that too. Big Jagger. Like, I sometimes Google the Stones doing their live concerts in the 80s, and Jagger is like I mean, he was in some aerobic shape, Jagger. He used to go running every day because they had this giant stage, and he would run all over the stage during like Jumpin' Jack Flash or Sympathy for the Devil. He just runs. He literally goes into a full sprint and then sings. And I'm like, for an older dude, that's pretty fucking awesome. I mean, to be able to do that. But Jagger has that weird, he moves like Jagger. He dances around. He doesn't look completely stupid. And
it's not even cool dancing, but he pulls it off.
Well, Chris Robinson does that too. And then he's standing there right next to Jimmy Page. Jimmy Page is playing those legendary licks. And, he's playing all that shit. And Chris starts singing. And he pulls it off. It's so great. And it's not exactly like Robert Plant, but he's doing his own thing, and he owns it. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
And then when I'm all woozy. Oh, there it is. I love this. Peloton. drives me crazy. I want to pull the hair out of my head. They could have gone on tour with Jimmy Page for the next 20 years, done Led Zeppelin, the same way Queen got that
Adam Lambert.
Yeah, Adam Lambert. He's running around like he's Freddie Mercury. Fine, great, we're working, and we're selling out the shows. Oh, it drives me crazy, because it was such a great thing. And Jimmy Page was digging it. You could see he was having fun. And Chris is so
He
good.
had found something he could do and have fun doing music again.
Yeah, and then, well, maybe that's why Chris is such a front man. He's like, fuck you. He doesn't give a shit. It's even like those guys who do drugs, they don't worry about their voice. Chris didn't sit there and worry about his voice. He just was rock and roll. It's 2 a.m. and go fuck yourself. So maybe that's why he was great.
Oasis guys. They just can't get it together.
No, and you're like, fuck you. That's the way you should be. You can't get it. They can't get it together. And then I'm like, oh, Chris Robinson was married to Goldie Hawn's daughter. Maybe that fucked his head up because he saw all that, all that Hollywood horse shit. And I don't know, but Chris is maybe one of the greatest frontmen of all time. Completely underrated. And I'll tell you what, I don't think they're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which shows you how
They definitely aren't, yeah.
They aren't? Yeah.
No.
It's bullshit. That's bullshit. Bullshit. It's complete bullshit. Bullshit. I'll tell you who else should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's complete bullshit. I don't know if you watched on Showtime. They ran, I don't know when they ran it. It was maybe a month or so ago. They ran a documentary on the Go-Go's. Belinda Carlisle, Jane Weedlin, and Kathy Valentine, and who was the drummer? Her name was Gina Shock. That's it. Thank you, Gary. Certainly. An all-girl group. Yeah, I guess you could say Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, but they weren't an all-girl group, were they? Joan Jett and the Blackhearts?
Yes,
No,
they were.
They weren't.
No, they had guys in it.
Yeah, Joan was the only woman in the band.
Yeah, the Go-Go. But what about the Runaways? Were they all-girl?
They were.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was thinking of then.
But
Joan
Joan had
Jett-
great success.
Yeah, right. And the Go-Go's were the first female band to have a #1 album. I remember that they were on the charts. They were beating the Police. They sold more albums. The Police.
Hey, Howard,
And